Eritrea, Kenya, of course, as the host, Rwanda, vice chair of this forum, and the Council of Ministers indeed and TAC. We also have Somalia, South Sudan, United Republic of Tanzania, and Uganda. We would like also to appreciate for you making it to come and attend to this meeting. So at this juncture, I would like to take you through the program for the opening session of the meeting of experts, which, as many of you may be aware of, we are having this meeting, which is coinciding with the 20th anniversary of Recsa establishment. The program for today, for this opening session, will begin with indeed the remarks from the Executive Secretary. Then we will have remarks from the Chairperson of the Forum of Experts, Madam Jacinta. Then we'll have the opening remarks by the Chief Guest, and we will have a group photo and a media briefing will follow as we go for coffee and tea break. And then we shall come back to the room to start the business of the day. I thank you very much, and I take this opportunity to welcome the Executive Secretary to make his remarks.
Our Chief Guest, Dr. Raymond Emolo, Principal Secretary, Ministry of Interior and National Administration, Chairperson of Recsa Forum of Government Experts, Jacinta Mutoni, Vice Chairperson, Forum of Government Experts, CP Vianney Shimi Imana, members of the Recsa Forum of Government Experts, senior government official from the government of Kenya, Recsa partners, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good morning. It is with a great honor and a sense of shared purpose that I stand before you this morning at this esteemed forum of government experts on small arm and light weapon. As we gather here, we are united by a common goal to safeguard our communities, our states, and our region from the illicit arms proliferation. This is not merely a technical challenge. It is a moral imperative that demands our unwavering commitment and collective action. Chief guest, ladies and gentlemen, the Nairobi Protocol, a cornerstone of our regional efforts, underscores the vital importance of information exchange among member states. In a region where borders are porous and arms flow with alarming ease, the free and the timely exchange of information is not just beneficial, it is essential. So we must enhance our capacity and appetite for sharing intelligence, for it is through this collaboration that we can stem the tide of illicit arms flows. I encourage all to embrace transparency and cooperation as the bedrock of our regional security. I'm also delighted to announce that the Recsa Secretariat has secured funding from the government of Austria to conduct physical security and stockpile management training for our Francophone member states over the next 5 years. This initiative is a testament to our commitment to capacity building across the entire region. It builds upon the success of similar trainings provided to our Anglophone member states, where over 500 officers have already been trained. By extending this opportunity to all our members, we are strengthening the security infrastructure of the entire region. In light of this, I kindly request our Francophone member states, named Burundi, Djibouti, Congo, DRC, and the CAR, to lay ground in preparation for these PSSM trainings and nominate participants when called upon to do so. In the spirit of coordinating the implementation compliance with the Nairobi Protocol, let me highlight the recently adopted Recsa Harmonized Reporting Tool on the implementation of the Nairobi Protocol. This tool is not just a bureaucratic formality. It is a powerful mechanism for measuring accountability and progress. By using it regularly, we can monitor our advancements, identify gaps, and ensure that the member states are equipped to implement the mandate effectively. I urge all member states to embrace this tool and to report. Our collective success hangs on our ability to measure, to learn, and to adapt. Furthermore, I am pleased also to inform you of a recommendation made by United Nations States Party during the 4th Review Conference of the United Nations Programme of Action. Regional organizations such as Recsa were called upon to establish regional action plans, which could include goals and targets, measurable objectives, and the concrete indicators to address the illicit trade in small arms and light weapons in a comprehensive, sustainable, and coordinated manner. This roadmap will serve as a strategic guide outlining clear steps and timelines for our collective effort to combat the illicit trade in arms and the ammunition. It will foster greater coordination among member states and ensure that we are all moving in the same direction with a shared vision and purpose. I also call upon the national focal point from the 15 member states to actively engage the Recsa Secretariat in turning the recommendation into action. Distinguished guests, the 11th Council of Ministers meeting is not just another gathering. It is a milestone. It coincides with the 20th anniversary of the establishment of Recsa, a moment to reflect on our journey. Over the past 2 decades, we have achieved much. from the destruction of thousands of illicit weapons to the strengthening of national institutions. These are not just numbers, they are lives saved, communities protected, and the futures secured. Yet, as we celebrate these achievements, we must also acknowledge the road ahead. The illicit trade in arms and ammunition is a hydra-headed monster. For every head we cut off, new ones emerge. But we are not daunted. Looking ahead, we must also confront the reality of new and emerging threats, particularly those driven by technological advancement. The agreement established Recsa, while foundational, should evolve to meet these challenges. It is time for a comprehensive review of this agreement and its funding mechanism. We must ensure that our organization is not only reactive but also proactive, equipped to anticipate and counter the threats of tomorrow. I call upon all member states to support this review, for it is through adaptation that we will remain relevant and effective. As we reflect on our past achievements, we must also confront a sobering reality. The Recsa region lags behind the rest of Africa in ratifying the Armed Trade Treaty. This treaty is more than a legal instrument. It is a testament to our commitment to peace and security. It is a pledge to regulate the international trade in conventional arms and to prevent the diversion into the wrong hands. The fact that our region is trailing in this regard is not just a statistic, it is a gap that undermines our collective security. Let us rally beyond the rest of Africa and consider ratifying, acceding to the Armed Trade Treaty. Allow me finally to draw your attention to a recent and pivotal study by the United Nations Institute for Disarmament Research, UNIDIR. This study, exploring new trends in arms control, highlights the profound impact of emerging technologies on our field. It serves as a stark reminder that the landscape of arms control is evolving repeatedly. As we must be innovative in our responses. The insights from this study are not just academic. They are a call to action for all of us to rethink and reinforce our strategies in the face of these new challenges. In this context, I must also emphasize the significance of the global framework for through-life conventional ammunition management. This framework is not just another policy document, it is a lifeline for a region like ours, where the mismanagement of ammunition can have devastating consequences. It offers a holistic approach to managing ammunition from cradle to grave, ensuring that every stage from production to disposal is governed by controls. I urge each of you to champion this framework within your respective states. For it is a critical tool in our arsenal against the illicit trade of arms and ammunition. A preparatory meeting of states on the global framework for through-life conventional ammunition management is scheduled to take place at the United Nations headquarters in New York from June 23rd to 27th this year. This meeting aims to explore potential approaches for implementing the framework in our national capacity. I encourage all 15 Recsa member states to actively participate in this global meeting and to be present for Recsa region. As we stand at this crossroad, I call upon each of you to renew your commitment to the unity of purpose and the collective resolve. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished experts, our chief guest, together we possess the expertise, the resources, and the will to make a lasting impact. Let us be guided by the shared vision of a safer, more secure region for all. Yet, we must also look for the future with hope and determination. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Executive Secretary, Mr. Jean-Pierre Bettingi, for your remarks. And I think, your remarks were very focused on reminding us that as we reflect on the Recsa mandate over the past 2 decades, it is important to note that the nature of security challenges have evolved significantly, influenced by rapid technological advancements and shifting global dynamics. And again, you reminded us that these developments have fundamentally transformed
including me as a member state, the remarks by our ES. I'll not take a lot of time, but I need to deliver as a chair what I have for you this morning. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this important meeting of government experts on small arms and light weapons. We are convened in preparation for the 16th Technical Advisory Committee and 11th Council of Ministers. Your presence and commitment during this meeting is highly appreciated by everybody, by every Kenyan, by every member state. I trust that over the coming days, we'll engage meaningful deliberations and contribute constructively to advancing our shared goals of implementing the Nairobi Protocol. This meeting comes at a crucial time as we continue to face evolving security challenges driven by proliferation as the indicate of our regional commitment to arms control and peace building. Ladies and gentlemen, these are a lot we need to reflect on. We'll also have to deliberate on the reports the proposal of the financing mechanism, and this has also been mentioned by the ES, so that we are able to support each other. Remember that all of us, we are brought together by the Secretariat. It's our baby. We need to support it through finances. There's nothing which can move without finances. In the course of this week, we love to participate in we need to know, we need to see. Also, we need to hear what have we done as Recsa and as member states. Colleagues, these are the experts from member states who are attending this meeting today and tomorrow, up to Friday. I urge you all to actively participate in the deliberations. Your insights, national perspectives, technical expertise, are important in shaping actionable and inclusive recommendations for consideration by technical committee and then the Council of Ministers. Finally, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each of you for your dedication and tireless efforts in advancing goals of Recsa. Let us seize this opportunity to strengthen our cooperation and chart a pathway which is safer and more secure to our regions. I sincerely appreciate the guest of honor today for the support he has been giving us. He has really supported us to be where we are today and where we are going to be tomorrow. Thank you so much, sir, for your support. I cannot forget also, Mr. Narengo, you have moved with us. We have traveled all the way to talk to member states, and we have seen some light. Not a train, but at the end of the tunnel, there was a light of our traveling to various states, and also talking about, you see, you need to preach about yourself.
say so. So let's agree and move together. And then with few remarks,
I want to call upon Mr. Narengo to just give a brief statement or comment, and thereafter invite the guest of honor. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm happy you assigned me to represent you in the visit that we carried out with the ES and the director. We had a nice time visiting the various member states, starting with the Central Africa. We went to Djibouti. We went to URT. We are not able to go to South Sudan. And then we concluded with Uganda. During those visits, we had very nice interactions. And this particular gathering is a testament that our tour yielded fruits. And I want to appreciate each one of you for receiving us, for the warm welcome, and it's my wish that this week, our deliberations, you as experts, today and tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, the TAC and the COM on Friday, we'll see Recsa moving to the next level. With those remarks, sir, I want to welcome the MC to do some introductions before we invite you. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Narengo, for these remarks. With your permission, Chief Guest, we would like to introduce representatives of member states that are here, that have responded to our invitation, so that probably we know who is who in the room and what probably you do in your country, for the chief guest to note at least your presence, and so that we don't confuse probably the names of countries versus the representatives. With that, we will start with Burundi. Voilà, introduisez-vous auprès du chief guest, de l'invité d'honneur. Merci.
Merci, monsieur le maître de cérémonie. Mon nom est le colonel de police le colonel de police Ndaïkengurukiye Thomas, coordinateur chargé des affaires juridiques à la Commission nationale permanente burundaise de lutte contre la prolifération des armes légères de petit calibre. Et je représente le point focal national burundais en tant qu'expert gouvernemental sur les armes légères de petit calibre dans ces assises. Et pour votre information, je suis à la Commission burundaise depuis 2009 et tout au long à la célébration de 20 années d'existence du Recsa, j'ai une ancienneté de 16 ans sur les 20. Voilà, en tant qu'expert burundais sur les armes légères de petit calibre, que je représente mon pays et dans ces travaux. Merci.
Merci. Merci beaucoup. Je suis le général de division Alfred Service, ministre conseiller du Premier ministre en charge de la Commission nationale de la lutte contre la prolifération des armes légères et de petit calibre. Je suis le point focal national sur les armes légères en République centrafricaine. Je profite de l'occasion pour dire merci aux autorités kenyanes, merci au Recsa de l'accueil chaleureux que nous avons reçu depuis notre arrivée depuis l'aéroport jusqu'ici. Et je dis bonjour à tous. Je suis dans les LPC depuis, avec l'excellence, le secrétaire exécutif du Recsa, depuis la création de la Comnat en République centrafricaine jusqu'à aujourd'hui. J'ai changé un peu de fonction, je suis allé à l'état-major, mais je suis revenu encore à côté du Premier ministre en tant que conseiller sur les armes légères de petit calibre. Je vous remercie. Merci.
Bonjour tout le monde, moi c'est Mouktar Aden Doussier, officier de la police djiboutienne. Je suis membre du point focal national sur les armes légères de petit calibre, chargé le programme et la planification des activités du point focal national. Je travaille dans ce secteur le point focal national depuis 20 ans, presque la création du point focal national qui a été fait 2004. Donc, je connais très bien les activités de ces points focaux. Voilà, merci.
Bonjour, je réponds au nom de M. Bofaka Bakambo John César. Je suis expert de la République démocratique du Congo. Je suis directeur des opérations à la Commission nationale de contrôle des armes légères de petit calibre. Et je suis rapporteur de la Commission défense et sécurité de la République démocratique du Congo. Donc, j'exerce au sein de la Commission nationale les fonctions depuis 2008. Donc, il y a de cela maintenant 17 ans que je suis dans la Commission nationale et j'ai la charge actuellement de la coordination de toutes les opérations de contrôle d'armes en République démocratique du Congo. Je profite de l'occasion pour saluer toute l'assistance ainsi que les autorités. Merci.
Welcome everybody. My name is Habtab. I am National Focal Point of Eritrea and my job is a police department. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kodak Makori. I have come to support the experts from Kenya. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Maida Kashege from Kenya National Focal Point.
Good morning. I'm Richard Maura, the Deputy Director, Kenya National Focal Point. Thank you, sir.
Good morning. My name is Musaddiq Ahmed. I'm from Somalia. I work with the Office of National Security, based in the Office of the President. I'm the Director of Central Monitoring Department for Weapon and Ammunition Management. I'm the also the national focal point for all WAM issues in Somalia. Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Paul Faluch. I'm from South Sudan. I'm working with the Bureau for Community Security and Small Arms Control under the Ministry of Interior as an acting director for admin and finance, and also a deputy director on small arms control. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Assistant Commissioner of Police, Florence Chirabira. I'm the Uganda National Coordinator of Small Arms and Light Weapons based at the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Assistant Commissioner of Police, Sebastian Madembwe. I'm the National Focal Point Coordinator on Small Arms and Light Weapons of the United Republic of Kenya. And also, I'm in charge of firearms management and registration. Thank you.
There.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, colleagues. I'm Commissioner of Police, retired Vianney Shimimana, working at the Ministry of Interior in Rwanda as head of Department Small Arms International Cooperation, and I'm the vice chair of the Forum of Government Experts on Small Arms and Light Weapons. Back home, I'm the National Focal Point Coordinator. I worked in this area of small arms after the Nairobi Declaration in 2000. We had a meeting in 2001 in Djibouti, and I attended that meeting before even the establishment of Recsa. But I went, you know, the mobility of civil servant. So I worked in another department, and then coming back as a national focal point where we put the National Action Plan, starting implementing Nairobi Protocol, and then I went again outside of the field of small arms. So now, currently, I think I'm stable. I will stay. Thank you very much. May I take this opportunity to thank the government of Kenya for the warm welcome I received yesterday morning. I was the first to arrive, and I was the first to have many protocols. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair. And now want the mic to go to our partners so that the chief guest can know who are the partners attending this opening session, at least for this series of meetings. Please, the mic over there. We can start with partners. I see we have the ANREC.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Jiaming Miao. I'm the Deputy Director of the UN Regional Center for Peace and Disarmament in Africa. It's a great pleasure to return to Kenya, where I used to work in the UN here. And I have been in arms control space in Africa since 2016. So it's really a delightful occasion to see many old friends that we have been working all along together that are gathered here, particularly on this very jubilant occasion where we celebrate 20 years of impact and great work of Recsa. So I look forward to fruitful exchange with all of you, and we work together. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Paul Holtom, and I'm the head of the Conventional Arms and Ammunition Program at the United Nations Institute for Disarmament Research, UNIDIR for short. It's a great honor and privilege to be invited to join you on this 20th anniversary, and for me a great pleasure to be back in Nairobi once again to see so many familiar faces and good friends. And tomorrow I'll share with you some news about a new Recsa UNIDIR joint project, which I hope you'll all participate in and contribute towards. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you in the coming days.
Dr. Paul, thank you again for being with us. Yeah, with a colleague.
Thank you very much. My name is Benjamin Agage, and from UNIDIR also, supporting Paul from the Conventional Arms and Ammunition Program. Thank you.
Much our partners, and now I take back.
Thank you very much. My name is Narengo, as you have heard, and I'm the Secretary Internal Security in the State Department of Internal Security and National Administration. It's now my pleasure to welcome my Principal Secretary to make his remarks. Karibu sir.
Thank you. Just sit. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Why don't we give everybody a big round of applause, all our members from the partner states and our partners. To the Executive Secretary, who has done a commendable job since taking over the office. I know during the transition there was a bit of back and forth, but you have really lived up to the expectation of steering Recsa up to this point. Now this year, or these sessions that we are going to be having this week are about many things that the member states have worked on in the space of small arms and light weapons. And it's amazing that some of you were there even before Recsa was put up. So we owe you a big sense of gratitude for steering the ship up to this point. We have colleagues from the member states of Recsa who are actually part of the experts that we rely on as those in the Technical Advisory Committee, which I chair, together with our ministers. Now we have a whole series of events starting today all the way to Friday, when we'll be having our Council of Ministers meeting. And I remember the last time we had sessions like this, must have been sometimes last year, in DRC, is it? And it was very, very good engagements that we had then. And I'm looking forward to us having similar, if not better, engagements. As experts, you technically know everything that we need to deal with within this space. And we rely a lot on your, not just the expertise, but also the experience to be able to properly advise us. And also to the partners that have worked with us over the years, we really appreciate the partnership and the continued support. And I noted when the chair of the experts working group spoke of programs that already are aligned or are planned with our member states from Francophone. And I'm looking forward to us having more of such engagements so that then we have a region that is secure, that is better placed to manage the small arms and light weapons. I know we will also be doing other activities outside this location related to several arms that have been mopped up over time. So, on behalf of the government of Kenya, I'm honored to welcome you to Nairobi for this important forum. Indeed, we are proud to host the Recsa organs meetings, which coincide with a significant milestone as we commemorate 20 years since the center was established. Ladies and gentlemen, this moment offers a fitting opportunity to reflect on our shared journey in combating the threat of illicit small arms and light weapons across the region. Moreover, the anniversary is a reminder of not only the progress that has been made in the past 2 decades, but also of the complex and evolving security challenges that still confront us today. I'm sure in our quiet moments when we have our conversations between ourselves as member states, we would be able to appreciate how challenging the security situation has been over the past couple of years. And even as we sit or stand here today, we continue to have a lot of challenges with the security across literally all the member states. And 1 or 2 member states might potentially be experiencing some sense of calm or security, but none of us is safe and secure if any of our member states is experiencing security challenges. Now, for years, the Great Lakes and Horn of Africa have been destabilized by conflicts, exacerbated by weapons which find their way in the wrong hands. While we have recorded remarkable strides in curbing arms proliferation, the changing security landscape, the arms flow situation remains deeply concerning. As we are all aware, these arms fuel terrorism, organized crimes, and insecurity, and in the long run, destroying livelihoods, disrupting communities, and stalling socio-economic development. We must no longer treat this as a series of isolated crises. It is a regional emergency that calls for a coordinated response at the local, regional, and global level. Distinguished delegates, it also demands renewed strategies and strengthened cooperation amongst us. And your presence here affirms our collective commitment to this cause. But let us be clear that the core problem is not just the weapons themselves or lack of policies. The real issues are in the porosity of our borders, weak enforcement, and poor coordination, all of which allow the flow of these weapons. Needless to say, these structural weaknesses undermine both national sovereignty and regional peace. We clearly understand the nature of the threat. It sounds normal in certain instances, but allow me to restate that no single nation can overcome this threat alone, and every delay results in more lives that are lost and families that are displaced. We must operate from a place of both urgency and unity. What we now require are practical, coordinated, and actionable responses, which would allow us to track and disrupt illicit arms flow, to strengthen national control systems, to improve intelligence and information sharing, to update legislative and regulatory frameworks, and also to be able to equip Recsa and its member states with the tools necessary for rapid and effective action. A key agenda item in the review is the review of the agreement establishing Recsa and its funding mechanism. And I'm happy to note that the Executive Secretary and his team has been able to find time to visit a number of member states. And part of these visits were meant to get the recommitment from the member states on the ideals of Recsa, not just in terms of supporting its funding, but also living up to some of the decisions that have been made in previous Recsa meetings. 2 decades on, the regional security context has shifted, and so Recsa must shift both its legal and financial architecture. I want to urge you to critically consider the recommendations that came from the 15th Technical Advisory Committee meeting that was held in November last year. We need to ask ourselves some of these questions. 1, is the legal framework still fit for purpose? Is the funding model sustainable? And 3, how can we enhance resource mobilization from member states and our partners? And as we deliberate on these issues, your recommendations will be vital in shaping a more agile, well-resourced, and mandate-driven Recsa, one capable of meeting its present and future obligations. We know that a number of the member states have not been consistent in their contributions. How do we address this? And as the experts, you have all the answers on how to do this. Our engagement with our partners, are we getting the maximum or the most that we should be getting based on our mandate as Recsa? What are some of the things that our partners want to see from us? So that when we have the engagement and the conversations, then they see that we are actually living up to what, or the commitments that we make to them. And because of the reality of the world today that has shifted, even when you think about how our security is being managed, and also how we are constantly dealing with threats, how we are using technology, have we also moved as Recsa to live to those realities of changes that we experience today? The Secretariat and the region are relying on your leadership in identifying what works, what must change, and also where we must focus our collective efforts. As I conclude my remarks, we must continue to stand together, act decisively, and speak with one voice against the threats of illicit arms. I know member states have what they consider to be their priorities, but just like I've stated, no member state is safe when the other is insecure. So we have a moral responsibility to act together, to move together, and to collaborate more closely. I stand here to confirm to you that Kenya is proud to stand along fellow member states in this collective effort to safeguard our region. With the gravity of our mission clear and the urgency undeniable, I now have the honor to declare this Recsa Forum for Government Experts on Small Arms and Light Weapons officially opened. I want to wish you all productive and impactful deliberations as we continue with the engagements. Thank you.
Thank you again. One more round of applause, please, to the chief guests. Thank you, Chief Guest, for reminding us that, we need to have a collective commitment, looking at the porous borders issues in the region, and where you reminded us again that there is no single nation that can address these issues of small illicit arms crossing to these borders. And indeed, your message to us on urgency and the unity in terms of dealing with these challenges, where you reminded us again to have coordinated efforts. And indeed, as experts in this meeting, we also took note of your message on equipping Recsa for effective for effective action. And indeed, you also reminded us about the visits to a few countries that the government of Kenya, in her capacity of chair of the Council of Ministers, actually facilitated. And I think it is now the responsibility of the next chair to also probably look into how to visit other countries that were not visited, for also check on how other countries can commit to the Recsa mandate. And also you urged experts to consider the funding options for Recsa to discharge its mandate. And we also took note of the need to effectively do resource mobilization with member states, but also partners. And again, your message was clear on how to stand together and to speak with one voice as a region so we can move together and collaborate closely. We thank you once more for also highlighting the Kenya's commitment to the regional initiatives that can create a safe environment for development of the region. Chief Guest, we thank you very much for your kind words. And now the next program on the agenda is a group photo, media brief, and then go for break. So I will request colleagues